Al pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
You dig.
Just win, baby.
Welcome, everybody. This is your Capitán Rafucho, right in the building, and welcome to Straight Outta Nation. More than the Raiders podcast because we're kind of talking about college football, NBA, basketball, everything, because this is Straight Outta Nation. Because between two worlds that collide, college sports, NFL, NBA, everything, because it's not only talking about only Raiders, but also we can talk about basketball, football, and everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just have breaking news because right now, Jim Kelly arrives to Las Vegas Raiders. So, give me a hell yeah, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hell yeah. Yes, it is right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, I was wondering, who the fuck is Jim Kelly? Because you might know he's a well-known coordinator from Ohio State. Because after he won the national championship along with Ohio State Buckeyes, even though that I hate so much Ohio State, now this one wins the jackpot. Yep, this one wins the jackpot. Because look at this one. Before he was arrived to Las Vegas Raiders, the plan of Jim Kelly didn't have to leave OCU this year. But if one of those teams really want him, because they'll be able to pursue him, I guess the money was implied, but people should stop that assuming that they just wanted to want him because the Houston Texans, they just wanted a bigger offer. But thanks to Las Vegas Raiders, this one hits the jackpot because you cannot draw the conclusion from the information because it could have like a possible explanation. I mean, I assume it's gonna be really huge at all. This one, it gives like a perfect opportunity to get involved. I mean, this is like hitting the jackpot, hitting the lottery. I mean, but did one want to interview about Jim Kelly? I mean, someone had to say Pete Carroll and Chip together, but obviously not very incredible. I mean, this is going to be like something really important. But some persons, they just compare it to Josh McDaniels to Jim Kelly. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound very good. But I know there's going to be like a system. Compare it like the last three with this one. I mean, we're going to eating good sometimes for the free agency and draft. I mean, going off of the record, this is going to be like a lot of better hire that we think are the most realized in a few years. I mean, he's not the same guy. He flamed out of the NFL previously because He was previously coordinated with San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, the scheme is very different at all indications. I mean, that's the plan that he wants to do about it. Run the ball and the run game will be fun to watch. I mean, I couldn't tell it about this one. I mean, that even though that I just watched college football and some reason, I mean, that doesn't want to talk about it to say, oh, he's a fucking nerd. But actually, we did it that good. We did it that good, and no one can really stop it. Actually, who's gonna stop it? No one. No one, motherfuckers. No one. But listen, I know it's gonna be really good, but he's one of those coaches that is really great as an offensive coordinator, but it's somehow some of those teams that just call him terrible as a head coach. But between Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, I mean, they're going to take back from the Rams and Chargers. I mean, what can I tell you about this? He's really a good OC, offensive coordinator, but he's pretty much abandoned like the hurry up stuff. He got famous, but he's very creative in designing the run game. I mean, will be 100% to be able to run the ball. I mean, the question about like Jim Kelly is always a passing game. If his route design or pass will work at the NFL, we will definitely run the ball, be able to play action. Also, I mean, there's no denying that he's been like a good play caller designer, but it's obviously like some of those persons, they just call him like a failure at head coach. This is actually pretty smart for a consistency standpoint, as we all know that he's gonna get like any head coach's gig anytime soon or ever. But doesn't no want to recruit, so no college is not good enough for be a leader to be a head coach of the NFL. Honestly, having Pete compliments has really, really well. I mean, just imagine the football team conversations going down between Pete Carroll, Patrick Graham, Jim Kelly. It should be like a masterclass, but it's gonna be translations to a lot of W's. So it's gonna be like a long season to fun to watch. Yes, it is. Because I really understand about the coaching scheme of Jim Kelly. Because during for that time for the Ohio State, the running scheme was on fire. And I'm telling about this, folks. Very competitive. Because I can assume without getting like a competitive quarterback, we're in a good shape. Some people that say it's really a risky move. But if it pays off, it could be really good. But I think after all those years of bad hiring and bad luck, this is like the best possible scenario. I mean, Jim Kelly did awesome last year as offensive coordinator, but I think there's gonna be justice. His offense well since the last time in the league. I mean, what does it happen like this one? Everything is gonna be under control. But can you imagine this? Because if Pete Carroll's hired, also they just hired Jim Kelly. Is this a perfect time to build a dynasty? I mean, it took like a lot of years to rebuild. Because you guys remember the last Super Bowl against Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in 2003. Yep. And after all those years, I think it happens like, for example, it's been like over 22 years trying to build a dynasty. And after all the bad luck, after all those fans that just claim Mark Davis sold the team, and also they just wanted to move into Oakland to Las Vegas, I mean, that's a sign of the bad move. But after Real just realized that after the bad juju that we just got it between Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, also Antonio Pierce, along with Tom Telesco, everything. Right now, we're just hitting the jackpot. But it doesn't seem it's going to be like a deja vu or something, because we just brought in some of the greatest ones with a lot of experience. Yep. A lot of great things just happened because the Raiders, they don't want to try like an experiment of first time coaching. Because what happens to Antonio Pierce last time? I mean, That doesn't sound really good. The experiment has been failed a lot. And you know what? This experiment doesn't doesn't prove like anything. I mean, the football gods, I mean, they just became like something something bad. It's kind of like really realistic, but this is not gonna really happens a lot. And somehow, I mean, if they wanted to real like, we'll be in like a dynasty, but it's not gonna be like so much hype on of the game because right now we just wanted to design the plan because right now we have the most experimental with the most experienced coach, which is Pete Carroll, along with Patrick Graham, Chip Kelly from Ohio State. I mean, this one is gonna be like a huge banger. I mean, all the rest of the teams that just wanted to have, oh, they got lucky down there. But you know what? After all those years of bad juju, this is the perfect opportunity to say we can build this. And it's been for a while. I know there's a lot of fans that say Mark Davis sailed the team or anything else, or we can tank for a quarterback. Right now, it is the perfect time to say we're not leaving. We're back at this motherfucker. We're back. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. So let me just plan for this situation. All right. So I know that I was enjoying the college football and everything because I know that it's something like, oh, referees getting nerve between for college football. But listen, I know that it became something like really interesting about it. So let me just check it out for Jim Kelly. All right. So let's just check it out about the resume. All right. So as a coach, he was offensive backs and coach and special teams coordinator for Columbia. Yeah, the Columbia Lions for the college football. Also, he was outside linebackers coach and safety coaches. Then he was moved to New Hampshire in 1992 as a running back coach. Then he was coaching as a defensive coordinator at Johns Hopkins in 1993. Then he was returning to the New Hampshire as running backs coach and offensive line coach for the Nets 5 years, since 1994 to 1998. And then he was getting back as offensive coordinator from 1999 to 2006. And he was offensive coordinator for the Oregon Ducks that will last for like one season, 2007, 2008. And then he was a head coach for Oregon, which is 2009 to 2012. Also, he was the head coach of Philadelphia Eagles. Remember that? 2013, 2015, and San Francisco 49ers back in 2016. And he was the head coach, for God's sake, from the University of Los Angeles from 2018 to 2013, 23, I mean. And he was getting as his offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from Ohio State for only one season from 2024. And this one, I mean, this is a really huge jackpot. Hey, how's it going, Auntie Sid Soldier? What up, my brother Raphael? Salute to you, my brother Auntie Sid Soldier. Hey, you missed out the Royal Rumble. You missed out the Royal Rumble, my brother, because I know that. Yes, it is. Too sweet. You're ready to say salute, Rafa. You're ready to say, I love this hire. Ready to trade for DTR. Yeah, I love this hire too. I mean, Jim Kelly, it just brought it into like all of this situation. And listen about this, folks. I mean, I know that after we just saw like the incredible hiring of Jim Kelly, who knows that between for the NFL draft, the Raiders should draft, well, Will Howard. Because there was a lot of persons who put in the hype on Shedeur Sanders or maybe Ashton Jeanty or Travis Hunter. But who knows? Who knows it's going to be everything? True way to say, Dorian Thompson Robinson. Lock him up. College 2. Ponte las pilas. Okay. So exactly what it means, Dorian Thompson Robinson. Oh, ho, ho. Now I just got it. Now I just got it. You mean Dorian Thompson Robinson? I mean, this one is gonna be really huge. I mean, for those who understand about Dorian Thompson Robinson, he was a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, he was a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and well, not to mention the Deshaun Watson. I mean, no, but I really understand that he was really perfect as a backup. So I don't know if Tom Brady and of course the rest of the team, along with the general manager John Spitek and Pete Carroll, they could have bring Torian Thompson Robinson. I mean, he was a quarterback from Columbia, South Carolina, and he was picked up at the NFL Draft 2023 at the round number 5 with the pick 140. And look at this. I mean, he was look great as UCLA career as all Pac-12. And look at this one. He was joined with the UCA Bruins during for 2018 to 2022, and he was playing along with Cleveland Browns. I mean, I can see the real thing. I can see the real thing between Torian Thompson Robinson. I mean, this one, I mean, it's gonna blow up the mind. Yes, indeed. He was a kid. Jim Kelly was his coach. There it is. There it is. I know in between for like Dorian Thompson Robinson, I mean, they just wanted to rock in it. I mean, could you imagine of this one? I mean, Dorian Thompson Robinson, I mean, he'll be like something else. I mean, it will be like a really start to get picked up. I mean, why some of those persons that I wanted to talk about, like Dorian Thompson Robinson? I mean, look, during for this year of the college football, he was electric about that year on the round. But they don't wanted to use like anything more like a forward than him, assuming he converts like to wide receiver, running back. But that guy was like a true winner. I mean, I like this kind of the guy likes the quarterback as a backup. I mean, better most of the backups quarterback teams bringing in. I mean, might be given like a running shot. I mean, that will suit him at his future because I know he's a backup quarterback from the Cleveland Browns. But some of the others that say he's a late round prospect, not someone you look at to lead your franchise in the future. Could things change? I mean, now he's waiting as far as the quarterback talent that this draft goes in right now. I mean, but this body athleticism between Dorian Thompson Robinson, they remind like an earlier version of Derek Carr back in 2017. Pressure crumbles him. Wildly consistent at times with his rates and accuracy, but as we all know, that doesn't have the great traits to bring it in. I mean, he was sticking at the practice squad thanks for the intriguing athleticism and solid arm strength to make a roster. He makes a significant improve accuracy and performance under pressure. I mean, some of those persons that I wanted to talk about, Tanner McGee or Jeremy Hall, I mean, they're mid-late quarterbacks, as might take the flyer or like the big backups or out of the league for a few years. I mean, if we want to start like at the rookie quarterback, I mean, this is something that I was like very impressive, but I don't think it's gonna be like a really safe. But if they want to lock it in, perfect. I mean, it has some running skill, athleticism. I mean, he's been a long ways to be like a quarterback. I mean, I know he's gonna get antsy under the pressure, but he's not very good for the time for the throw. I mean, and somehow, I mean, one thing about like Dorian Thompson Robinson is always seemed like they had to win and pull something like an amazing. I mean, it would have decided if they wanted to take a chance on him. I mean, for all those games, I mean, he has very a different system, to be honest. I mean, there is nothing comparable about this kid. I mean, that kid is tremendously right. And I love your comment about right now, Troy Raiders. So you're just buying in with the team. I mean, you're just running in on fire. I mean, True Raider. I mean, I love this because that's one of those kinds that I love to those people that just wanted to get in here for this conversation. I mean, love that. I love that. So salute to True Raider say, and I know that you just mentioned it this Spanish to say ponte las pilas. So I'm gonna recharge my battery right now because I know that after the Super Bowl, I'm gonna get involved like at all the college football players. So I know that it's gonna be so much great. All right, so hold on a minute because I know that it's something like. All right, so all right, so I don't know if it's kind of happening right now. Yes, it is. True way to say, if you know, you know. Jim Kelly tried to trade up in 2016 with Tennessee for him. Any right and wrong quarterback words for chip system. Is that means to say Marcus Mariota to come back to Las Vegas? So let me just plan for everything. If Jim Kelly's get hired, maybe it's gotta be the perfect time to Marcus Mariota. I mean, that sounds very intriguing. Sounds very intriguing, but you know, there's not gonna be like a something like very risky at all. I mean, between for like Marcus Mariota. I mean, if you guys remember to see Star Mariota, I mean, I mean, kind of like one of the things because was even like at a pass attempt. Because I know that why the people they hate so much for Marcus Mariota. I mean, personally, remember when a few weeks ago, just like for like an all season, when he was playing very well, and some people didn't talk about like a non-Raider because during for that time between like Marcus Mariota and Derek Carr, some people didn't want to see like Carr to be benched because the issue they had to deal with way more than the quarterback. First and foremost, the play calling. I mean, you can't have like the two best or the best room rates in the league. I mean, that's how did it dictate all of those rounds? I mean, they're gonna happen. They have a better quarterback rating, same competition. I mean, say what they really want, but it's gonna be really shuttered off of the season, or it's gonna be like a really disappointment. But you know that the thing's gonna happen. A lot of it this one. But he's like a between JMD and Martz. I mean, he always like really like the players, but what kind of the head of the boy for the wear the shield and nothing but poise in class? I mean, it wouldn't happen to Carr because he wouldn't have it to throw with the defender coming up there. I mean, that could have happened a lot. But between for that point, I'm true Raider to say Mariota is now a bridge backup quarterback. When he was that hit him, and continues to be like a career progress. Arthur Smith was Mariota offensive coordinator. We had this in the season. So isn't that really helping him? I mean, with a still average 12 passes a game, timeout prune, and widely, yeah, that's widely in the Curry, that's so much for the season. I wouldn't say it was a surprise if we saw like Desmond Raider start soon or a younger version of Mariota with a better arm. But this is not hating on Mariota because some people that just like him and they want to be like really successful. It's just like what his career is now, and it shows up. But I understand that between Aiden O'Connell, Marcus Mariota, I mean, it will be great mentor. It will be mentor, but it's had similar traits and skill sets. Because remember the phrase, once a Raider, always a Raider. And I will tell for this one. I mean, that should be great for everything. It's a total salute to you, Raider, and I hope you're doing good. But Also, they just brought it in like at a great point. So I'm really sure that if Marcus Mariota could possibly go back to Las Vegas Raiders, I mean, he will definitely fit as a bridge quarterback, as a backup. So I'm really, really excited about this one. Yep, really excited. But you don't have to like to rate the team records because just look at the individual stats. I mean, between for like the season of their car, I mean, Mariota has worse weapons. They're really identical stats to Derek Carr. And all these people that say it of, oh, Mariota sucks, Carr rules. Look at it this one. There's a lot of persons who still defending Derek Carr, but they still moving the page. I mean, now in 2023, I mean, they just got Jimmy Garoppolo and then Gardner Minshew and then Eden O'Connell. I mean, there's been like a vicious cycle. Vicious cycle. But they just wanted to talk about shit about Marcus Mariota. But in some point, there was one game he made like a horrible attempt. I mean, it wasn't even worse with the certain like Eli quarterback got shut it out after a couple weeks with the back of the worst scoring defense in the league. I mean, got everything out of the balls for that game. I mean, you know why? It was like the backup to get out of the midfield late to the quarter. Maybe you can find it this one. I mean, is that the point of this one? I mean, everybody know that Marcus Mariota has no chance because it's not like how about the competition between them. I mean, Mariota has to amount of the wins with the favorite weapons of the offense and the defense, just like that. I mean, so this is speaking because between Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota, they were nearly identical as passing. So what's going to happen if we feel laughing again? I mean, God knows why. God knows why. I mean, you're going to leave for anything? I mean, very. But between for like the team of Jim Kelly, I mean, he just came off like an Ohio State. But it's also, I couldn't imagine if the Jim Kelly would hire it and they're going to bring into Will Howard. Yep. Will Howard will make it like really different. But some of those players, they really hate that guy. Hopefully, he's learned because this is not like college kids. I mean, it was trying to make it a talking about. I mean, we're not just trying to make it a do. Chimp is not a good head coach, but he wants to be like offensive coordinator. I mean, all like everything that I've seen so far, Tom Brady to beat Carroll. I mean, there was like another day with great news. I mean, really excited about this. I mean, that guy has learned from the mistakes and applied him to Ohio State. I mean, what I think is the nose or the NFL is going to be hero training soon. I mean, he was always in an offensive prior to the NFL brought down with the Eagles. I mean, it's just really like burning down for like in this one. I mean, that should be like really excited. I mean, for God knows why. I mean, he just wanted to jump off of this one. Not for the wrong time, but this is like the perfect time for him. I mean, definitely, we're just gonna hope at this one. They might have it go for like the dynasty. I mean, this can't wait to the blue. Then, I mean, they were just kind of interview him. I mean, they might not be like a good head coach, but no one can deny he's gonna be call some of the offense and play good colors. So they're gonna bring it on. And of course, there's one more thing. The running scheme, impressive. Impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Just what I told you about. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so I know it's gonna be like a short show between for like this one. So I just wanted to say thank you, Auntie Seatolder, Trader, and I know that's gonna be so much important, for like all these comments. So thank you very much. So I will hope to see you there tomorrow because right now, I'm gonna do like really something because I'm not like one of those busiest things that ever happened. So thank you very much to join us at this Straight Outta Nation. And of course, I just wanted to tell you, no matter if you win or lose, Raider Nation till I die. Yep. Raider Nation till I die. So I'll be see you there tomorrow. Yep. I know it's gonna be like a short stream, but thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Capitán Rafucho. So salute to y'all. So yep.